All right, so it's another sunny day here in upstate New York. Plenty of snow to go around though. It's Sunday, February 21st, and it's around 4:45 p.m. And I just want to jump right into it today. I just got back from an awesome trip down to see my cousin DJ Cleaver in Texas, right in Austin. And let me tell you, there were some things beforehand that I definitely took for granted. Now I'm extremely thankful for. One of them is being the simple luxuries of having heat and electricity and internet available, or even fast data speeds. You see, I work for a company where I'm selling people tablets and phones and like watches and jetpacks and wireless home phones to make sure they get into the product they want. And when it comes to these services, we want to make sure that we have fast connectivity so that way our Snapchats and our WhatsApps, all of them load as fast as possible. But when you're waiting for that one buffer circle to go around and around and around just to make sure just one message sends to another person, it can be very agonizing because you want your message to be sent right then and there. We're in the digital age now where we expect everything to go at the speed of light. And now, with the winter storm hitting Texas here in 2021, things are literally frozen. So I've had to take probably 4 steps back from the computer screen, 4 steps back from the phone screen, 4 steps back from electricity in general because of all the rolling blackouts happening down there. And it really made me value and appreciate the little things that will always be available. One is family. No matter how much you distance yourself from like parents or siblings, or how much you distance yourself from cousins or grandparents, there will always be love, no matter what. Secondly, neighbors. When we got the truck stuck in the snow trying to do a supply run to Walmart, all the neighbors came outside, and it was just miraculous and a little bit funny to see all these guys come together, shovel out the truck with kayak paddles, welcome home signs, even garden shovels and hose. It was definitely a moment that I'll never forget. But neighbors will always be there for you, as long as you're neighborly towards them as well. It's a two-way streak when it comes towards being neighborly. Some of the other things that, not always there, but I happen to get lucky with, my cousin had 4 puppies recently, so I would definitely put down puppy love as one of the things that I'm definitely thankful for, because when you're cooped up in a house with around 8 other people and 8 dogs, you better pray that 4 of those dogs are puppies, otherwise it's going to be a little chaotic. And one thing that I also truly am thankful for is time. The time it took for me to get home, even though it could have gone a little quicker, I appreciated every moment, from being dropped off to the airport, to boarding the planes, to waiting for the next flight to take off. For those moments I am truly thankful for, because going back to like phone screens and such, we expect everything to go so quick that a second we expect to go by in a millisecond. A minute we expect to go by in 20 seconds. We become so impatient that our daily lives get so cloudy with how fast we expect things to be, that we really do take for granted the time it takes for bigger things to happen. I guess that's the moral of my little story, is that when it takes a little bit of extra time for things to happen, let time flow. Just let things go. Let them do their natural thing. We're here to exist. That's the beauty of our livelihoods, is that we are simply here to exist. Now that doesn't mean being stagnant and staying at home playing on video games all day long. It means going out roller skating with your friends on the weekend. That means making cookies with your mom or your dad, the one who prefers to bake in the family, or the one who actually can bake in the family. It means helping your grandma up from the couch just to help her get to the bathroom. It means celebrating great times with good friends and family, playing board games like Yahtzee or Uno or Battleship, because I did a lot of that this past weekend. And cabin fever did set in a little bit, but when you're stuck 5 days overdue, it'll happen to just about anyone. So my pieces of advice are this. 1, count your blessings. At least we had electricity for small moments of the day. Heat, there were big, thick Mexican blankets that I was able to cuddle underneath, so I was very, very happy about that. Then, even just the luxury of having running water. You know, that was one thing that we got really lucky with. The water pressure got dangerously low one night, and I was very, very, I wouldn't say afraid, but I was definitely very, very cautious as to what the next step would be. With that, always stay prepared. Get more blankets if you need more heat. Power up those battery packs if you want your phone to have some juice, or go out and buy a couple generators in case you really do need that extra bit of electricity to keep somebody alive. And for water, prepare some water the night before in giant pots like we did. That's why I really do love my family, because no matter what storm hits, we stick together. We weren't at each other's throats. We weren't annoyed with each other. Granted, I was a little annoyed at some points, but I mean, when you're hanging out with a couple teenagers for at least 11 days, it can take a little toll on you, but it also made me remember who I was. And let me repeat that. It wasn't 11 days, it was 9 days, but even so, I remember being 14. I remember getting on people's nerves, trying to get attention and things like that. It actually happens when you're at that age. So, shout out to Jordan and Jasmine. You guys actually were great company down in Texas, and that I thank you. And shout out to Janie Cleaver as well for your cooking and your ability to deal with 8 things at once. Even during even during a cold winter storm, you are able to be electric and handle selling houses on top of taking care of a good home. So, to the Cleaver family in Maynard, Texas, thank you so much for taking care of me these last few days, for the last week and a half actually. And, tremendous thank you to my cousin DJ, because I really did need to hit that little reset button. I hadn't had a vacation since last February, and though it wasn't the traditional Texas weather that we were expecting, I'm still thankful. All right, we had frozen margaritas, we got boxes of cookies that I ate the majority of. There was great Mexican dishes to be had, so there was a ton of great food. Don't even get me started on the barbecue, just the dino ribs, the brisket, the tongue-in-cheek beef, everything. The tomahawk steaks, first time I've ever had in my life. Good Lord, they were delicious. With that, I just want to say thanks to all who decide to listen and hear what I have to say. I know that sometimes I ramble a bit, but who doesn't? It's YouTube. If you like what I have to say, comment, subscribe, you know what to do. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you when the weather breaks, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.